Ladies and gentlemen, we are here live. Today I got my new microphone and my new audio coming in. We're going to have a very great episode, as y'all can already see in the description box in the title and running across the bottom. We're going to be talking about the stocks and the cryptocurrencies big drop this week. And we're going to look into a couple of things. The great big tech. We got a great big tech sell off for these last couple of days. We're going to look into why I believe cryptocurrency is here to stay, the mortgage purchase applications and forbearances we're going to talk about, the Fed chair we're going to talk about, and we're going to talk about the Secretary of State and how this is bringing opportunities in the asset classes. But ladies and gentlemen, if y'all can hear me, definitely tell me where you're from if you're checking this out live. But if y'all haven't done so already, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and make sure you hit that like, subscribe, comment, and share button. And I got to play my little theme stuff here. As soon as I find it, there it is. Here we go. Go ahead and make sure. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, hit that like, comment, and share button. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all got it coming in live here. Let me go ahead and make sure, if y'all don't know already, to hit that like, subscribe, comment, and share button, and comment where you are from or where you are checking this out. But we got a very interesting topic today. Y'all let me know how my audio is sounding. Hopefully my audio has gotten a whole lot better. This is made a little investment to get my audio a little bit better. And I don't know. We might do some call-ins tonight. We might do some call-ins to see how, if y'all are talking to me and stuff like that, we can have a good little dialogue. You can call in. We may have some talks today, but this is going to be one of the longer episodes. This is a podcast episode for people that are catching this. There will be clips that'll be put out, but we're going to talk about some great things. So the first thing I want to get into, and if you're catching this live, tell me where you're from. The first thing I want to get into today, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys and girls to look at your Square. Who heard the company called Square? Square released its earnings today. And what Square did today that was very important, Square made an investment into cryptocurrency. So let me type that up here so you guys and girls can see that. Square. If you out there, you catching this live, what app does Square own? What app does Square own? Who out there knows what app Square owns? Square makes an investment into Bitcoin. You haven't noticed? And what app does it own? Square makes an investment into Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this goes why I believe Bitcoin is here to stay. So, this came out today. We're going to look it up, and I'm going to show you guys and girls. Let me see what y'all are saying in the comments. Boom, you got it. Max B, he got it. What's going on, Max B? And OR said Max B as well. Not Max B, but OR said Cash App as well. All right, cool. Y'all got it. So why is this such a big deal? This is why I believe cryptocurrency is here to stay. One thing I noticed in finance with my own experience and things that I've seen, when you're looking at things in finance, the holy grail for investment advisors in finance is institutionalized investments. Let's say, for prime example, I become a registered investment advisor. I open up my own firm. With my own firm, I have my friends and my family members. They all put money inside of my firm. I have my cousins put money inside of my firm, which is cool. You can get to millions of dollars with that. But what gets you to the hundred millions and the billions of dollars is institutions. Once institutions starts to mess with you, that's when you change everything. So for prime example, take me, I'm an author, everybody out there knows that I won't say everybody, but if you don't know, I've written books and I've published them and things like that. And when I very first wrote and published my own book, I don't know, 6 years ago or something like that, yes, my friends and family and my dad and cousins, they all supported me. They all purchased my book and stuff. That sounded great. That was a great idea, right? But the downside to that was I didn't really start seeing success until I started to get into libraries. Once I started to get into schools, once corporations started to back me, once Bank of America, shout out to Bank of America here in Denver, Belco Credit Union, Janice Henderson Funds, once these big billion dollar institutions start to get behind me, that's when I started to experience major success, right? So it's nothing wrong with starting from the bottom, doing onesie, twosies, things like that. But until you start to get that major push, that's when things start to change for me. Same thing to me as to myself, Prince Dykes. Once I I was doing my own thing, doing internet radio, making my little posts on social media. But it wasn't until I started to get those TV appearances, started to be on radio, started to be on other people's podcasts, started to get into magazines, is when I started growth. So, long story short, until you get that major push, that's when you start to see that major success. Imagine if you had a firm where, if I went and I met Elon Musk, and Elon Musk said, Prince, you know what? I really like your firm. I'm going to have all my employees do their 401ks with your company, right? That's major because you have big backing. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla, people say, oh, Tesla, look at everybody's buying Tesla. No, me going in there buying 2 or 3, 4, 5 shares, you going in there buying 10 shares or 100 shares, that's peanuts. The real money comes from when you get institutions like 401ks and pension plans and city money and government funding to get behind you. That's when you saw Elon Musk Tesla stock take off. That's when you seen when his stock was taking off. That's when you seen his network take off. That's when you see him become the richest man in the world. When you get those institutions behind you, that's very, very major in whatever you're doing. So Bitcoin is here to stay. Cryptocurrency in general, some form. I still don't know what it is. I still know it's a speculative investment, but it will be around in some capacity. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me do this so you guys and girls will see. We're going to pull up the 10K report that SQ release, Square release here in a few seconds. All right. Let's go. Rico Suave says, so Square makes investment into Bitcoin. We're going to look that up. You don't have to listen to me. We're going to look at the 10K. Cultural and Conversations. What's going on? He said, you're sounding perfect. Yes, thank you. Shout out. Everybody go out there and follow Culture and Conversation. He was the one that I did an interview. I was on Culture and Conversations in Atlanta, and I saw his setup, and I was so amazed by it. And I was always asking him, but he gave me the insight to better my quality of audio with getting making my audio better. So if y'all are hearing this audio, that's how my audio got better, just due to thanks to Culture and Conversation. James Smallwood Media, shout out to you. That's my cuz. Appreciate it. Rico Suave says Greg Harris. I think he's tagging somebody. All right, so let's look it up. Let's look up this investment that for you don't know, Square owns the Cash App. So today they released a 10K report. And right here, inside of the 10K report, this is where we're going to look at it. Let's see where we at. Okay. So we're going to look at the real estate market as well. So here we go, right? This is the 10K report that was released a couple hours ago from Square. This is Square Company. This is their 10K. I'm sorry, not their 10K. I'm looking at their 10K. I meant their. Did they put out a 10K today or did they put out 10Q? Let me double check. Yes, they put out their 10K today. This is their annual report they put out. So the 10Q is the quarter report. The 10K is the annual report. So you don't have to go around saying, oh, Prince said that they made an investment into Bitcoin. So to make it easier, I just put investments into Bitcoin. And this is the 10K report that Square released today. So once I put that in, I'm going to go to facts, and up on the facts, I'm going to go to cryptocurrency, right? Domination. So right here, this would tell you, you go right down here to this last line. This would tell you all you need to know. All right. This would tell you all you need to know. All right, here we go. Okay. In fourth, right here. In fourth, come on, get out of the way, thing. Get out of the way. I don't need to see you. I'm trying to highlight it for y'all to be able to see it. It's highlighting the whole thing. But here's the line right there. I have it highlighted on my screen. Goodness thing, get out of my way. Come on, SEC, please. Why y'all won't let me be great? Just let me be great. I'm gonna have to move this out the way. Well, since this thing is tripping, y'all see where I'm highlighting it. Okay. So right here, this is word for word. In fourth quarter of 2020, the company, Square, the company acquired 50 million of Bitcoin that's expected to hold as an investment for the foreseeable future. There was no imperative loss recorded on Bitcoin for the year ending in December 31st, 2020. So they already had made an investment, but they're telling you in the fourth quarter being October, November, and December of 2020, Bitcoin brought $50 million of Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, but Square brought $50 million of Bitcoin, meaning that they made a nice little chunk over the last couple. Bitcoin did a run in January. So when you see Tesla, when I see Square, when I see Tesla, then I see companies like Square, then I see all these other, major Fortune 500 companies putting, billions of dollars. Tesla did 1.5 billion. Square here reported they did 5 million in um in the fourth quarter. They probably done more. So they already had more because it tells you right here, it says there was no imperative loss recorded on Bitcoin in the year ending in 31st. So that leads me to believe that, hey, they have done more. But right here is telling you Square, which on the Cash App, has made an investment into cryptocurrencies. And you don't have to go about what somebody is saying or what you heard and all those things like that. This is the 10K report that was released about 2 or 3 hours ago, right? So that's the way I want you guys and girls to look at it. Square makes an investment into Bitcoin. They brought 50 million in the last quarter. All right. Let me see. They probably wrote some more down here. This is a 10K report. Let me see. Oh, they put some more money here too. Requirements been cost, capital account. Make sure I'm reading this correct. The company capitalized 14 million, developing software, respectively, 19, 20 million. Okay. All right. So it doesn't say it. Doesn't okay, that was on the capital. Oh no, that's not it. No. So investment in the Bitcoin, that's what they have right here up under investment in the Bitcoin off of the 10K report they released about an hour or two ago on the 10K report, the annual report. So when you see companies like this, you got Bitcoin going in. I mean, you have people like Tesla and corporations are getting behind you. That's when you put yourself in a position to be extremely successful. All right. I'm Dylan. Stock options and forex is changing my life. Best decision I could have made. Yes, stock options, they're very leverage based, meaning that you can make 20% in a split second. You can make 100% like in a day by betting up or down on the stock, but it's very risky, right? I won't say that's a speculative because you can do your research and make a decent investment off of that. But yeah, definitely. Forex is, that's your foreign exchange market when you trade currencies. So those are the two ways right there that he was speaking about. All right. So the next thing I want to get into, ladies and gentlemen, I want to get into real estate, mortgage applications, and forbearances. Mortgage applications. I always pay attention to real estate mortgage applications. Why do I pay attention to real estate mortgage applications? Because they have like the Mortgage and Bankers Association. As you see me go to the show all the time, they track what you're doing on cryptocurrencies. Not crypto, I'm sorry. They track what you're doing in real estate, right? So what's happening is every time somebody applies for a home, they track who applies for a home, an application for a home, right? They also a forbearance. A forbearance meaning stopping somebody from losing their home. So for prime example, right? I have a house here in the Denver area. And with my house, let's say if I had a hard time making my mortgage payment, if I couldn't make my mortgage payment, I could file for a forbearance, right? I could apply for it to say, hey, I don't want to have to lose my home. I don't want to lose my home. In return for me not losing my home, the government has put this out there that said, if you have a government backed FSA, FHA loan or VA loan, something like that, you have a government backed mortgage. You have a government backed mortgage, you cannot be foreclosed on. So I always pay attention to what is on foreclosures, who's filing for foreclosure, what's going on in the foreclosure world. I always pay attention to those things. Why do I pay attention to those things? Those things are very important due to the fact of that is a leading economical indicator. A leading economical indicator is when I see people filing for foreclosure, people are losing their homes, unemployment, things like that. That can let me know what's going on in the economy. Because with a mortgage application, if I see people applying for houses, that lets me know, hey, things must be doing pretty good if everybody's out here applying for houses, right? But the forbearances, if I see forbearances increasing, if I see everybody applying not to lose their house, if I see forbearances increasing, that could let me know, okay, well, people, we don't see them, they're not foreclosed on their home. They're only in their home because the government is allowing them to be in that home. that could let me know, okay, this is a leading economic indicator of the economy is not as doing as well as people say. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's go over here to our handy dandy mortgage and our mortgage. Okay, why is this still showing? All righty. Okay. All right. So we're going to look at our Mortgage and Bankers Association as we see what is the status of purchasing applications, and we're going to look at what is the status of mortgages. Right. Give me 1 second, of course. All right. So that's nothing there. So let's take a look here. Mortgage Bankers Association. There we go. All right. This is the Mortgage and Bankers Association.org. This is an organization that tracks forbearances, and they also track foreclosures, things like that. I like to keep an eye on them to see what they're doing. So right here, this was put out yesterday. Shares of mortgage loans in forbearances declined 5.22%. I like to hear that. I'll give me 1 second here. I like to see when less people are filing for forbearances, right? So here we go. Let's read it word for word. Washington, D.C., February 22nd. The Mortgage Bankers Association MBA latest forbearances and call volume survey revealed that the total number of loans in forbearances decreased by 7 basis points from 5.29 of services portfolio from the prior week of 5.22 as of February 14th. According to the Mortgage and Bankers Association, an estimate of 2.6 million homes are in a forbearance plan. So 2.6 million people right now are using the government to stop them from losing their home. So I like to look at that 2.6 number. Is that number increasing or decreasing? So let's take a look right here. The share of Fannie Mae and Fannie Mac loans and forbearances decreased by 2.97%, 4 basis points improved. Ginnie Mae loans and forbearances decreased by 2 basis points to 7.32, while the forbearance shares for portfolio loans and private label PLS decreased by 20 basis points to 8.94%. Okay. The percentages of loans and forbearances for independent mortgage brokers services decreased by 15 basis points to 5.54, and the percentage of loans and forbearance depository services increased 2.2 basis points to 5.28. Okay. Now let's see what they got to say here. The share of loans and forbearances has declined for 3 weeks in a row, with the portfolio of PLS loans decreasing the most this week, right? Make sure. Okay, so PLS is the private label securities. They decreased the most this week. This decline was due to a sharp increase in borrowers' exits, particularly for IMB services, says Mike Fronten. No, I can't even say his name. He's the senior vice president and chief economicer. Requests for new forbearances dropped by 6%, matching a survey low. So right here, we're seeing less people file for forbearances. It dropped by 6 basis points. And we're seeing, even though there's 2.6 million people in America, homeowners that are in a forbearance plan, that number has decreased for 3 weeks in a row. That lets me know, okay, even though what the stock market is doing, it looks a little crazy, things like that. If I see less people filing for forbearances, and I don't see any people, because think about it, these 2.6 million people, homes that are in a forbearance plan, if it wasn't for a forbearance plan that was instituted by the CARES Act under the Trump administration, these people probably would have lost their homes. Let's be honest. I'd rather see forbearance increases than to see foreclosures increase. Now, me personally, I like foreclosure investor, right? As an investor, yeah, I would like to see foreclosures and to be able to get a foreclosure, due to my economical status now, right? But overall, I wouldn't want to see that. This is very important as an investor. As I see the tech stock sell off that we're going to get into, I see, I see Tesla just going down, Apple is going down, all these companies are going down. If this is overreaction, because you got to think about it, the stock market reacts within seconds to news. Real estate takes a while to react. As soon as Apple, I remember like it was yesterday, when the Apple factory said that they're going to decrease the amount of phones they're going to be able to make, They were the ones that ticked off the whole COVID chain that I saw last year, right? So the stock market reacted right away. We have not seen this jump into real estate as of yet. Now, the big reason we haven't seen this jump into real estate because we just saw we have 2.6 million homes in forbearance, right? That was something that the government put out, that the CARES Act, if I'm not mistaken, when they put out there, they let people go into forbearances for their homes. And for people who don't understand, I'm gonna say it again: a forbearance is stopping a person from losing their home. Take me for example, I can't make my mortgage payment, and since I can't make my mortgage payment, my mortgage company sit down and they reorganize what I owe them, so I may can get away without paying for a year, but I'm going to have an extra year on my mortgage when I get ready to pay it off, right? So the reason why you don't want this to happen, the government does this because if mortgage companies stop letting people go, if mortgage companies just start foreclosing on people, that means you're going to see a lot of families outside. The banks don't want this house. The banks don't want a bunch of empty houses. They want people in the house that's going to pay the mortgage. That's what helps everything out. Once people start to sell their house and get out of here and things like that, that's when you start to have the big problems. Let me see what y'all say in the comments before we get on to the next topic of the tech sell-off. What's going on there, Mr. Tony Sirlight, Investment Education for Use? He said, I added more Bitcoin and Ethereum through my allocations on Robinhood, Cash App, and Coinbase. I have Coinbase, right? Like I said, with cryptocurrencies, I said a million times, I am not someone who understands what's going on in the crypto world. I cannot make a financial investment into cryptocurrencies because I have no 10K, I have no 10Q, I have no earnings reports or whatever. I have a lot of people writing about it. A lot of people are talking about it. Heck, I don't even know who created half of these cryptocurrencies, right? But I do know they're going up. I do know they're here to stay because I'm seeing more institutional investors get inside of them. So instead of me making an investment, I speculate on Bitcoin. Now, all the other Stella and Ethereum and all the other ones, things like that. And it's a long list, as you can see, Dogecoin or whatever. I don't know about them. I know the big one that everybody talks about. You know, people say, oh, Bitcoin went up 10%. It's very rare that I see cryptocurrencies go up and Bitcoin don't go up. So for starting off as a beginner, myself, I'm going to speculate because I can't make an investment. I don't know what's going to make it go up. I don't know what's going to make it down, what's going to go to make it go down. So I'm going to speculate. So I have made a speculative investment directly into cryptocurrencies, right? Because I believe it is here to stay. I believe I can see the trend of institutional investors are putting money behind it. We just went through the 10K report. We just saw that Square that owns Cash App, which shouldn't be a big surprise because Cash App does allow you to buy Bitcoin, but it's putting $1 million behind it. Tesla came out and put $1 billion behind it, and the list goes on with other companies that have done it that has not came across my desk. So as I see investors or if I see institutions are getting behind something, that's what gives people a success. When they have institutions backing them, it's all about that backing. You only could get so far by yourself, right? Think about it. How many people out there can beat LeBron James in basketball? There are probably 1 million people out there that can beat LeBron James in basketball. Why aren't they LeBron James? They don't have the backing. LeBron James has the NBA backing. Since he's in the NBA, he can win all type of awards. When he wins those awards, he's on the biggest stage to be seen, to show his talents, and he can take those talents and do whatever he wants to do, right? Hey, how you doing there, Miss Freeman? She said, Miss Freeman Kennedy, host of the Let's Sip and Talk from South Carolina. Good evening, Prince. Ready to learn. Yes, no problem. Thank you for tuning in. What's going on there, Miss Joyce? She said, your information is always valuable. Thank you, Prince. Anytime, anytime. So for myself, I've been a critic. I won't say a critic, but I've been a person who never really understood the world of cryptocurrency. And when I looked at cryptocurrency, what is it? Oh, this is a digital dollar. I believe the dollar is already digital. What's going to happen to cryptocurrencies when dollars become digital, which they already are? I don't really know, but I believe where we're at today, as I see institutions backing this, I think it's going to be a power struggle. But I think somewhere, some way, somehow, cryptocurrencies are here to stay. I don't think they're going to disappear. I don't know what they'll be in 5 or 10 years, but I don't know. It'll be very interesting. But we're going to get into that. We're going to look at what the Federal Reserve is saying about cryptocurrencies as well. Excuse me. You know what? I might be able to play it. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find that clip with Jane Yellen, who's the Secretary of Treasury, yelling on cryptocurrencies. I'm going to play this for y'all. Okay. Let's see what she has to. Let's see if I can play this. Let's see if it'll play. Let me make sure my phone is hooked up to my new board here. Is it on? Oh, I'm not connected. Let me get connected. Oh, I am connected now. All right, let me see. Let's see what Jane Yellen's saying here.
Bitcoin this morning, it is off its high.
Y'all let me know. Can y'all hear that in the comment box? Can y'all hear what I'm playing? Y'all let me know. Can y'all hear what I'm playing? I'm going to play it, see if y'all can hear this as well.
Welcome back to Squawk Box. Check out the price of Bitcoin this morning. It is off its high. It's coming back a little bit here. We are now at $49,000 and $48,000. Let's call it $49,000 for now. Some names with ties to Bitcoin like Tesla, Square, and PayPal will also come off. But take a look at some of the performance of Tesla versus Bitcoin recently. Since February 8th, when Tesla announced it purchased $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, shares of the electric car maker are down 20%. Bitcoin.
But 1 second. All right. Now I had to fast forward, had to get to the part I didn't want. This is on CNBC. This is Jen Yellen coming up. Here we go.
I don't think that Bitcoin, I've said this before, is widely used as a transaction mechanism. To the extent it's used, I fear it's often for illicit finance. It's an extremely inefficient way of conducting transactions, and the amount of energy that's consumed in processing those transactions is staggering. But it is a highly speculative asset, and I think people should beware. It can be extremely volatile, and I do worry about potential losses that investors in it could suffer.
All right, that's Janet Yellen, the Secretary of Treasury on Bitcoin. Y'all let me know if y'all heard that. I know y'all saying in the comment. So she says she feels as though it's extremely ineffective. She feels as though it's not, investors can lose a lot of money. But here it is, right? Notice anytime you buy cryptocurrencies, why can't you only use cash? Why can you only use cash when you buy cryptocurrencies? If you use Robinhood, Coinbase, whatever, why can't you only use cash? Why can't you use a credit card? Why can't you buy with margin? Things like that. Or then make sure you get that investor show mug so you can read financial reports like a boss. It's the best way and the only way to read financial reports. Here it is. So while y'all are thinking about that, I'm going to pull that up. Why is that? Okay. I see somebody says here, cash worthless. Okay. Could be. Everybody so they can hear me. You're right, Max B. He said the best way to read a 10K. You got to have the investor show mug. Max B got the investor show mug. Look at him. He's reading Uber like the back of his hand. Proud of you, man. Proud of you. He said it doesn't inflate. Okay. All right, let's take it back. All right. This is a financial lesson. Now, this is not 110%, but I'm going to tell you history will always repeat itself. The only reason, one of the major reasons why they don't allow you to use credit cards or whatever to buy cryptocurrencies, let's go back to the rolling 20s. Why did they call the rolling 20s the rolling 20s? In the 20s, before in the 1800s, in the early 1900s, there was no such thing as using credit. Credit wasn't a thing. People used cash. People like, hey, they got paid. If they wanted something, they brought it and they saved up for it and they brought it, right? If they didn't have the money for it, they just didn't have the money for it. Nowadays, we live in a society of credit cards. I ain't even got my wallet on me right now, but how many of y'all get credit cards sent in the mail all day, every day, whatever? Now we live in a society of, if you can't afford it now, you can always afford it. Here's a credit card. As long as you got good credit, we will pay for it for you. Don't worry about paying for it now. Pay for it later. You want that iPhone? You want to get your kid the Xbox or PlayStation? Put it on a credit card. Why wait? I don't have, this is the iPhone, right? I got an iPhone here. I don't know how, they probably cost, I don't know, $1,200. Man, I don't have $1,200 sitting in my checking account or savings account. The world we live in today, don't worry about it. You don't need the $12 sitting in your account. Here's a credit card. Go swipe it. Go get that iPhone, Prince. You need it. I know you want it. Why wait? Look at this microphone. Hopefully y'all enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Hopefully it sounds pretty good on y'all end. I think it sounds a whole lot better, than what I had before. But let's take a look. Let's take a look, y'all. The reason why, what led to the Great Depression? What led to the Great Depression? When did the Great Depression happen? 1929. What started off the Great Depression in 1929? The Rolling 20s. There was no SEC. There was no Security and Exchange Commission. That didn't come along until the 30s. Why did that stuff start to happen by Teddy Roosevelt? Because of what happened in the Rolling 20s. In the Rolling 20s, the way of life was to use credit, pay for it later, use credit to invest. Before the Great Depression in 1929, they had over a decade of nothing but a bull market. It was a way of life. Borrow a bunch of money, invest it into a bunch of stocks, and you're doubling, quadrupling your money within a year, 2 years, 3 years. Because I tell you, everybody's an expert and a genius in a bull market. Everybody get confident. All the people who had Bitcoin back in 2015, they were real quiet. But every time you see the bull market run, here comes a genius. Oh, look at me, look at me. Same thing with stocks. I mean, you want to pat yourself on the back a little bit. But the reason why a bunch of people use money they did not have to make investments, to make very speculative investments. So let's say if I have $1,000, they give me $10,000 so I can invest. I take $10,000. Now remember, I only had $1,000. I took $10,000 and brought $10,000 worth of Bitcoin. Let's say Bitcoin, I think, is at $48,000 right now. Let's say if it's shot down to, I don't know, $10. Once that starts to shoot down, you have people that start to, quote unquote, call away their debt. That's what it's called, when people want their money, pretty much. Short sense, people want their money. I only had $1,000. I borrowed $10,000 from you, and I brought $11,000 worth of cryptocurrency. Now the Bitcoin goes down. Now I can't pay the bank back. I have to file bankruptcy. The bank is filing losses. Now imagine this on a larger scale. That's a lot of what you saw in the Rolling 20s. People use money they didn't have to buy very speculative investments. Because in a bull market, people become a genius. A lot of y'all, last year, you could have picked any stock in April. You could have picked Walmart, Amazon, Facebook, I don't know, whatever. And you probably made money within the next 10 years. I mean, not next 10 years, but within the last year, you probably made money. So now you think you're a genius. Man, I'm smart, man. Look, man, I need to buy more. I want to buy more. I want to buy more. You know what? I need to buy so much more. I need to use money I don't have. A lot of people did that in the 20s. And guess what? When that speculative asset, quote unquote asset, went down, that's what led us into a big Great Depression. So right now, you look at cryptocurrencies, nobody really knows it or really understands it. People say they do. People say X, Y, Z or whatever, right? So they know, hey, people would max out a credit card right now. If you went and told somebody, hey, you got $50,000, there will be, I know people personally that will put 50 grand, they will go apply for a credit card and they would take 50 grand, they'll put it on cryptocurrencies. Now, granted, it may do very well for them. but we've seen this happen before. This is what's called knowing your history. Where did you come from? So when you see things happen today, you can understand. We don't know what cryptocurrency is. We wake up, I see it at 48,000. Just yesterday or 2 days ago, it was at 58,000. It may shoot back up. When people are making money in the bull market, what do we have a tendency to do? People don't buy in a downturn. We see tech stocks getting slaughtered. Tesla, Apple, the NASDAQ being slaughtered for the last week or two. Nobody cares. Nobody cares in a bear market. People only care in a bull market. So when cryptos are going up, anything, housing, you can apply this to business, real estate. Anytime something is going up, people are willing to put money in. But when assets go on sale, everybody gets scared. Everybody backs away. Look at my last live. Everybody was jumping up and down about SI. Ooh, Prince, you're a genius. You told us about Silvergate. Ooh, Prince, you're a genius. Oh, man, I doubled my money. Prince, I done this. Great, right? SI went down like 20% today. Riot went down how much today? Over the last 2 days. Are those same people saying, man, this is a great sale. Man, this is the time to get in. Man, this is what I want to do now. Is that what people are saying now? I always want to hit that button. So this is the time when you see companies are going down. Stocks just won't, even in a bull market, stocks just don't go up every single day. You're going to have drawbacks. You're going to have pullbacks. You're going to have people say something, right? People are going to get very, very quiet. This is the time you should be saying that wish list that I was telling everybody to create. This is the time you should be saying, ooh, man, let me jump into SI. Ooh, let me jump into Riot. Ooh, let me jump into Apple. Ooh, everybody's quiet on Tesla now. Everybody's quiet on Tesla. Every people just act like Apple just fell off the face of the earth. And they don't even know why. $1 billion company. People are skeptical. I will say this: the kids that win my Wesley Learns book club in the spring section, this session, they're going to get Apple. Right? So last week when I was on, everybody was giving me applause. Ooh. Prince, you're such a genius. Ooh, I made money. Ooh, you better get it. I bet you're gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out. Everybody wants to get in there, right? You know, everybody wants to get in there. Ooh, I'm a genius, right? Now everybody's quiet. What happened to everybody? This is the time when you have those. This is the time when you have those that wish list that you've been looking at, something that you thought you missed out on. Look at clean energy. Clean energy is getting beat up. Cannabis getting beat up. Tech is getting beat up. You're quiet. What happened to all the experts? But in January, everybody was like, man, Prince, man, I missed the train on Enphase. I missed the train on iClean. Man, I really missed the train on what you call it? On all these companies, right? I missed it on Apple, Prince. I missed it on Tesla. I missed the train on Enphase. I missed the train on CrowdStrike. I missed the train on, the list just goes on. Now that all these companies I just listed, cannabis, all these companies are just getting slaughtered left and right. Everybody's quiet. What you gonna do? Wait till they take off? Now I see people jumping into the travel stocks. Travel stocks are taking a run now. You're seeing companies like Southwest, Carnival, Disney, because people think they're about to open back up. So you're seeing the travel industry starting to go up. Everybody's running to the travel industry now. When it should be, if you know the finances of Tesla and Apple, Enphase, clean energy, cybersecurity. Why aren't you doubling down over there? Disney, why aren't you doubling down on those companies that you thought you missed? January, everybody thought they missed. Right? So the last thing, something I got caught up in. This is a mistake I made. Y'all tell me if y'all think y'all made this mistake too. I got caught up with trying to make Bitcoin returns in stocks. I can admit it. I was like, wow, these companies are going up. Oh, I need to, Bitcoin is going 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%. Man, I need to align myself here, get into this space, right? When all you got to do is stay where you're at. Now, SI was a good one. Riot has done well, right? But why nobody is doubling down on SI, Silvergate, and Riot, and the fintech behind cryptocurrencies? If you don't understand what I'm talking about, why aren't you doing that? That's how the market is feeling right now. Everybody gets sad. George said, too funny. I love the new sound effects. Yeah, I'm going to add some new sound effects in here too. Somebody said, hold on. See, there you go. All right. MRO. Lady Ace. Okay. Only Millen said the blockchain stock killed me this week. So exactly right. Now, if you knew what you was doing, now think about it. When you hit that buy button, on that blockchain stock, what was your thought process? You thought you was missing out. You saw it run up. You saw it did all this. You did your research and you said, man, this is it. Now, all of a sudden, the blockchain's going down. Now you get quiet. Why not get more? Right? I believe cryptocurrency is here to stay in some type of way, some type of capacity. But let's move it along, y'all. Let's talk about the next step we want to talk about, the Fed chair, inflation and interest rates. Why is that so important when you think about stocks? Why? So right now, I always told y'all I had Southwest Airlines. I have a bunch of Southwest Airlines. Always had it. It's slow. It slowly went on up. It had a nice little run today. I'm not buying it more of it now when I should have been buying more of it last week. Now I'm looking at, why is Apple in the trash? I'm over there dusting off Apple like this. I'm dusting off Apple. Why is everybody throwing Apple away? Why is everybody throwing all this Tesla laying around? Tesla and Apple has the most weight of the NASDAQ. If they start to collapse, the whole thing is starting to go down, right? Fed chair, next topic. Fed chair, Jerome Powell, right? I got some sound effects in here too. I like that one. I might have somebody call in. If they get the answer right, they get this. They get the answer wrong. I really like that one. All people can laugh at you. Okay, I'm just having a little fun. Y'all let me have a little fun. I got a new little toy now, But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. The Fed chair makes some statements on inflation and interest rates. Max B, you got that right. You said the best time to buy, chasing money. Some people are chasing money. Oh, cryptocurrency is hot. Ooh, run. Oh, travel stocks are hot. Go run to it. 2 weeks from now, Apple and Tesla may wake up. Ooh, run to Apple and Tesla. Next week, it may be swear. So people, instead of chasing money, I like to, when I see people take off and leave something, because money never leaves. When I see people take off and leave something, I see what they left on the ground. All right, let's take a look here. You're right there, Tony. The Fed chair. Let's see what the Fed chair got to say. Max B said, if rates or low, money move the market. You're right. If rates are low, it moves the market. So it's pretty much injecting capital into the market. Money is easy to borrow. Money is cheap to borrow. Let's see what Jerome Powell got to say. That's why you always got to pay attention to the Fed chair. So the Fed chair, he usually meets in, I don't know what it is, somewhere in DC. They usually have some big meeting, but they're doing it all online now. So let's go over to his site. We're going to go to the federalreserve.gov. I think that's what one it is. Okay, let's stop that one. Let's go to the federalreserve.gov. Let's pull it up here. Y'all give me 1 second. All right, let's see here. Okay, testimony. All right. So right here, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the federalreserve.gov. This came out today. This is a semi-annual monetary policy report to Congress. So this is what let Congress know what's going on. If you want to watch it live, you can hit the watch live button. Let me see if y'all can still see what I'm doing here. Yeah, I got it. You can watch it live. It's like 2 hours long, right? And let me see here. You can go. So let's see. That's Jerome Powell right there. That's if you want to watch it yourself. That's Jerome Powell. So nobody got time to watch that for 2 hours. So let's get down to the nitty gritty, right? So let's look right here is what's very important. I want to know what's going on in the economy, the current economical situation and outlook. Let's read this paragraph right here. It says the path of the economic economy, the path of the economy continues to depend significantly on the course of the virus and the measurables undertaken to control the spread. So it's saying right now the economical outlook is based upon the virus. I already know we're going to figure out this virus and we're going to move on with our life eventually. The resurgence in COVID-19 cases, hospitalization, and deaths in recent months is a great hardship for millions of Americans, and the weight is on economical activity and job creation. Following a sharp rebound in economical activity last summer, momentum slowed substantially. So, we had that big run last summer. Stocks always get hot in the summer, cool off in the winter. Remember, stocks get hot in the summer, cool off in the winter. So following a sharp rebound in economical activity last summer, momentum slowed substantially with the weakness concerned in the sectors mostly adversely affected by the resurgence of the virus. In recent weeks, the number of new cases and hospitalization has been falling, and the ongoing vaccination offers hope to return to more of a normal condition later this year. However, the economical recovery remains uneven and far from complete, and the path ahead is slightly uncertain. Now they're pretty much just kind of giving you the jibber jabber of, hey, our rebound is basically dealt. We're going to be dealt with the hand of what? How the viruses do. That's how we're going to do. So right here is what I like to do. This when you get to the meat of it. Household spending on services remain low, especially in sectors that typically require people to gather closely. So, going to the movie theaters, going to the club or bar, because it's not that people are spending low. It's just that, I don't know, somewhere I went yesterday, you can't even go in there and grab something to eat. You can't even go into many restaurants. You can't go in and have something to eat. You can't even sit at the bar. I'm like, who's going to take a drink to go? So that's kind of an oxymoron to say, oh, people are spending less in these areas. It's like a lot of those places are closed. So including leisure and hospitality, which is hotels, things like that. People are spending less money there because guess what? You can't travel as much. In contrast, household spending on goods picked up encouragingly in January after moderating late last year. The housing sector has more than fully recovered from the downturn. So look at that. The housing market sector has more than fully recovered from the downturn, while business investments and manufacturing production have also picked up. So manufacturing production is always important, ladies and gentlemen. You always want to pay attention to manufacturing reports because let's think about it. Manufacturing is a leading indicator to what the economy will do. For prime example, I don't have to know what, let's take me with, let's say this coffee cup. You don't have to know. If I want to figure out, how these coffee cups are selling or whatever, I find out whoever is making them and I can see, are they making more? Are they making less? Are they working more hours? Are they working less hours? Because when manufacturing pick up, that means a business is anticipating to make sales. Nobody's going to be ordering products from a factory just to sit in their basement. No, they have an anticipation of things to go up. So you always watch manufacturing production. That's a good economical indicator. So while business investment in manufacturing have also picked up, the overall recovery in economical activity since last spring is due to part to unprecedented physical and monetary actions. which have provided essential support to many households, businesses, and communities. So they're saying the overall economical recovery activity since last spring is due to physical and monetary actions, aka fancy words for we did a stimulus. We gave people a bunch of money that we're about to do again. Right? So they spoke about unemployment in here somewhere. There it is. Because I read this before I came on. I'm weird like that. Yes, I'd be out reading the Federal Reserve. But here it says, as the overall economy activity and the pace of improvement in the labor market has slowed, over the 3 months ending in January, employment rose at an average monthly rate of only 29,000. Continued progress in many industries have been tempered by significant losses in industries such as leisure hospitality. The unemployment rate remained elevated at 6.3% in January, and the participation in the labor market is noticeably below pre-pandemic levels. Although there has been much progress in the labor market since the spring, millions of Americans remained out of work. As discussed in January and February monetary policy report, the economic downturn has fallen equally on Americans, and those last able to shoulder the burden have been hit the hardest. And particularly, the highest level of joblessness has been especially severe in low-wage workers and for African Americans, Hispanics, and other minority groups. Come on, of course, they're seeing African Americans, Hispanics are having to work the lower wage jobs and are having the highest level of joblessness. That's always happens in every downturn. The people at the bottom get hit first. The economic dislocation has suspended many lives and created uncertainty. Okay. So when I look at the economical indicators of employment, right? The reason why I pay attention to employment so importantly, because most importantly, I believe the economy has changed, whether we know it or like it or not. So some people are waiting for things to come back, but they're not coming back. It's one thing that COVID got rid of. I want y'all to comment. Tell me something that COVID got rid of that we needed to get rid of. Here are two things. I started off. If you're live, you're catching this, tell me something. I want you to put on your thinking cap. What did COVID get rid of that we needed to get rid of? Number one, menus at restaurants. We finally got rid of menus at restaurants. Well, not all restaurants, but majority of restaurants or now have moved past menus. Now everybody's using their phone. They're using QR codes and they're using their phone. You go onto their phone and that's how you get the menu. You know how much money that saves restaurants? Every time they want to update the menu, they got to print out all new menus, having new menus. They take an item off the menu. They got to go get all new menus, things like that. One thing COVID got rid of was menus. The second thing, movie theaters. Hadn't got rid of movie theaters, but they're working on it. Right? Oh, Lucky's mom, that's a good one. She said the need to work in an office location. You are right. Starting a business, one of the last things I look at as an entrepreneur is the location. Do we really need that location? Get rid of that location. Right? So you're right. So we think that we're going to go back someday. We think, hey, we're going to go back someday to wait till everybody get back in the office one day. I don't think those days are ever coming back, ladies and gentlemen. I think travel will be huge. People will always go on. People will always fly, I believe, until they find a way to teleport us or whatever. People will always go on cruises. People will go to Disney and Six Flags and stuff like that. People will go to basketball games. So that's one thing that COVID, so quit being so down about COVID happening. Some great things it did. They got rid of menus at restaurants. I got tired of those things in the first place. Saves business owners a lot of money. But you're right. Office locations. Now, the downside to that, office locations, you're now losing. Think about it. As a financial advisor, if I have a client, I can pull up a client. They can talk to me one-on-one, face-to-face. I can see their whole portfolio, go over their whole portfolio right there in front of their face. That's it. That's the new age. Nobody is the days of going down to some big office building, getting on the elevator, getting off, somebody stepping out with some clean wind tip shoes, walk you in there, showing you. Those days are gone and never coming back. Nowadays, people are buying, they handle 95% of, if I want insurance, oh, let me call this. Most people could be buying it offline. So locations, that's going to hurt commercial real estate big time. Commercial real estate is going to be hurt big time. That's the last thing I'm looking at. Max B got a good one. He said cash payments. Yeah, people don't want to take cash anymore because it's touchy. Everybody wants to get in car. We should have been going away from cash anyway. I'm trying to think how much cash I have on me right now. You might find some change and I don't know, some random cup holder or something in my car, but I don't keep change like that. I mean, just cash in general. Very rare. If a company came out today and said, hey, we're taking cash only, let a McDonald's location say, we're taking cash only. You know how many people they're going to miss out on? Mrs. Joy, she said restaurants have clearer bathrooms now. That is true. It's not as many people in the bathroom anymore, right? I am Dylan says, dang, I was about to say movie theaters. Yes, we finally have been pushed past movie theaters. You know what I mean? We finally have pushed past movie theaters. COVID just sped it up. It didn't get rid of it. It just sped it up. It was coming anyway. Us we already had QR codes for the last 10 years. People could have been done this, but COVID has sped us up and said, all right, menus, get out of here. Done. Movie theaters, get out of here. Ms. Ruby said money. Yes, cash. Right? Max said, I have a few dollars. I'm okay. So now we saw the Federal Reserve, the statements that he made. The reason why, now let's decode what he's talking about. When the Federal Reserve talks very positive about the economical currency and state, not currency, but if you talk about the current economical status in a very high way, people get scared. Why do people get scared when the Federal Reserve has a lot of good things to say about the economy? As an investor, when the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, that we just showed, if he gets up there, he says, hey, guys and girls, the economy is back. We're in full swing. Unemployment has dropped. Housing market has recovered. Retail market has recovered. We're booming. Why do people get scared? Why do people get scared when people see that? The reason why people don't want to hear the Federal Reserve talk well, because that means he's going to raise the interest rates. Right now, I read his report. He's talking about, we saw housing market has recovered, but unemployment is still kind of high. We haven't gotten to this point yet. We haven't done this, or we haven't done that. That lets me know, okay, interest rates are going to stay low. We're good. Right? You're right, Lucky's mom. You hit it right on the head. Lucky's mom, she said interest rates will go back up. You're right. So this is why you have to stay tuned into the Federal Reserve.gov to see what Jerome Powell is saying. Movie theaters should have repurposed to something useful. Yes, I heard a lot of them sold to Amazon. I'm trying to think of what is something that we can use. Maybe movie theaters can turn into, I don't know, daycare centers. School, maybe a daycare center. What else? LK Ross said, I was pre-approved for a house today and made a down payment, expected to be finally closing in a couple months. Guess what? None of this was done face to face. LK Ross, congratulations on your house. Congratulations. We got to give congratulations to LK Raw on buying his house. Oh, wrong one. Congratulations, LK Raw. On buying your house. Congratulations, man. That is a big thing, right? Buying that house, getting that equity in your house. Congratulations on getting your house, right? Now you have more. It's harder for someone to lose a house who owns a homeowner to lose a house versus a renter, right? It's kind of crazy, but congratulations on that. But yeah, you're right. He didn't do anything face to face. He didn't do anything face to face. I think when I purchased my home, well, this was COVID wasn't as strong as it is now, but I, I did go inside the house. I did come inside the house. I mean, inspection, but yeah, everything was done online. I think was the final day when I picked up my keys was a little. It was a little face to face, but that was you're it. That's it. Amazon Hub. Yeah, you're right. You're right on that, Max B. You are right on that. LK Ross said, "You think movie theaters will go away forever? I still like a theater feel, but I can stream the movie at home at a high quality for a reasonable price. I guess they will be gone forever." No, I believe that they will be around in certain capacity. Nothing you gotta think about it. VCRs are still around. There's still somebody with a beeper and a pager. There's still people who got they're gonna be that vintage theater. Like I think it's theaters will be around, but not in the capacity are today. I think it'll be something like, oh, you know what? Like that old school drive up movie theaters. I think that people will go just for the experience, but I don't think there will be like a commodity like they are today. I think it'd be more of a vintage thing, right? You know, I'm Dylan. He's giving a hand clap there. All right. He said, I'm buying all the stocks that I can. What sell the past couple weeks? What a sale the past couple weeks. Yes. You're seeing all these major companies. You're seeing the NASDAQ just get slammed. You're seeing, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but all these tech stocks. Last month, these same stocks, people told me, Prince, man, I feel like I missed out on green energy. I missed out on the tech companies. I missed out on this and whatever. Now these companies are getting slaughtered. These same people are quiet. These same people, instead of going to just 3 weeks ago, Prince, man, I missed out on Silvergate. Man, I missed out on Enphase. I missed out on iClean. I missed out on cybersecurity. I missed out on all these companies, these household name companies. Man, I missed out. Man, I should have got in, you know, last year when you was talking about it or whatever, right? Now these same companies go down. Guess what people are doing? They're buying the companies that are going up. The companies that went down, they're not paying attention to. The companies that are going up, everybody's paying attention to now. Oh, let's jump into chasing the money. Oh, last week, these same people that was buying Bitcoin, that was the Bitcoin expert, now they're saying, hey, everybody, let's go get travel stocks, which is not a bad thing. But what happened to all those companies last week that you said you missed out on? All those cannabis companies. 2 weeks ago, everybody was talking about cannabis and everybody was talking about all the tech companies and all these companies, and all of a sudden people got scared. Karen says, I gotta check the house out first though. Yeah, you're right. I did all my paperwork online. Well, I still had to go see it. Yeah, you're right. I still had to see it. Can't trust people. That's true. That's true. Somebody asked me for something. More George says, bro, any thoughts on CCIV and Lucid? Let's see what we got here. Let me see if I heard of those. Try best help you. I'll give me 1 second here. I'm looking it up. CC. I think I've seen that name somewhere. It's been pretty popular here lately. Let me see here. Churchill Capital. Ooh, dropped 38%. What is Churchill? It's unprofitable. It's let's look at Churchill Capital. Capital. Oh, they're doing a deal. Okay. So Lucid Motors and Churchill Capital confirms the SPAC deal. Sells a share. Let me guess. Lucid probably went up. I'm assuming Lucid probably went up. Let me check. Damn, that stock went down 25%. Okay, well, Lucid Motors is going to become publicly traded. Oh, it's going to be. So Lucid is not even okay. So it looks like this company, Lucid Motors, is not publicly traded yet. So you can't buy stock in Lucid yet. They did a M&A, merger and acquisition. So the newer company that's about to go public, we can't see the price of it going, but the capital company has gone down. So I don't know a lot about it. You know what? I can see that. I can see buying. Okay, in this case, here's Churchill Capital went down 25%. So if you want to get into Lucid, which I don't know a lot about at this time, you can buy Churchill because everybody that owns Churchill is going to get 10% of Lucid. Right? So yeah. So right there in this situation here, you're seeing Lucid, a company that's going to be going public. Churchill Capital put a lot of money behind them. And usually the big company always dips and the little company goes up in value anytime merger and acquisition happens. So you can buy Churchill Capital in a way to get some of Lucid. Now, I don't know a lot about this company. I do not hold a lot of them as well. Here we go. Somebody says, what do I think about BTC? I think they're talking about Bitcoin right now. I think it's here to stay. I think that, you just seen Square brought 50 million a couple months ago. You're seeing Tesla jump into it. You're seeing institutions. The gold mine for Bitcoin. Y'all ready for it? Since we later on. Here we go. The gold mine for Bitcoin. The gold mine for Bitcoin is people's pension funds. When you see pension funds start to buy Bitcoin, that's when you're going to see a change. I mean, massive. Because right now, in people's 401ks, think about how much money. It's trillions of dollars in 401ks. 401ks, individual retirement accounts. That's what helped Tesla so much. When they got inside of people's retirement accounts, like if you got a 401k, you probably got Tesla, don't even know it. Imagine if Bitcoin got on that list. So when I see these institutions, I see it getting to that point because all these institutions are moving in that direction. So I think it's here to stay in some type of way. So I'll speculate on it. No investment, but I speculate. You say you want to buy some GameStop? Oh my God. You talking about GM? Okay, just playing. Okay, I got what you're saying. So I want to buy some GameStop. Oh man, please. Everybody was on GameStop. Everybody got quiet. Everybody got quiet about it. You've been buying a cannabis ETF. Yes, I have MJ. Alternative cannabis. It's a Snapchat buying. Okay, I don't know about that. He said Bitcoin just hit 50,000. Okay, yeah, it was at 48 before I did. That's crazy. Before I got onto the show, I think I saw Bitcoin was at 48. Then I wake up, then turn around. I mean, not even do the show. Now it's at 50. By the time I get off this thing, it'll probably be back at 45 or who knows, all over the place. Those specs. Okay, got it. Yeah, I do know what stock twits is. I don't really get into stock twits too crazy, It's okay. Big boom, okay. Which can I use to ETF? On which one, Joyce? Which one are you looking to do? Marijuana, cannabis? Okay, I think it's my two people there talking to each other. I may buy a lot of shares if its price is still low from a week from now. Okay. Churchill Capital. I got to look into Churchill Capital. I am Dylan. So, what do you think about oil at this moment? I can call an oil, and it went with the trend. I'm not going with it. I mean, James, I'm going to put up his video. Probably he went all crazy about oil. He said, "I think oil will outperform Bitcoin by the end of the year." That's Uncle James. That's what Uncle James. We spoke on the phone the other day. He said, "Man, I think oil is going to outperform cryptocurrencies." I'm like, well, that's James. You crazy? I'm not rocking with no oil. Everything I see in the world is moving away from oil. Everybody's moving away. Everybody's moving to green. Everybody's moving to alternative or renewable energy or alternative fuel cell and hydrogen and all this other stuff like that. So I'm looking into alternative energy going into the future. We're getting less and less oil. There you go. I like that. You purchased TTCF. Nice, nice. He said you can buy Bitcoin or Ethereum trust fund in your. Yes, you can. But what I mean by that is, let's say, Tony, we're talking about at a 401k. When somebody goes in and you get a job, and usually they sign you up with a C fund. What's inside of that C fund or that I fund or that XXXW fund? Most of the time, it's things like Tesla, S&P 500, maybe some international company, small cap, or whatever. But when you automatically, let's say people in the military, you're in the military, you sign up for the military, you go off to boot camp, your paycheck is automatically going to Tesla, a piece of it. If you invest into your 401k, Tesla is going to get a piece of it. That's the level that I want to see cryptocurrencies on. P for life, he says, saying hello to all. Just departed from Phoenix, heading to Vegas for work. I'll catch the replay. Oh, that's what Planet 13 is at. He's headed to Vegas. All right, P for life. Cool. Appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to close this episode out. Let's do a quick little recap. We had a nice little conversation here. We talked about the great sell-off of tech stocks, why cryptocurrency is here to stay. We went through the 10K report and watched what Square did. We also looked at the mortgage and bankers mortgage applications, purchase applications have increased for January, and forbearances are decreasing. Real estate, okay. So we also looked at the Fed chair, what the Fed chair had to say, and we also played a little clip from Jan Yellen, who's the Secretary of Treasury, right? We looked at that Square making an investment in the Bitcoin on their latest annual report, and I think that was it. We had a bunch of other good stuff in between too, so you have to check that out. But hopefully y'all like my new sound. Hopefully y'all like the little setup I got here. I really enjoyed it. This is my first night with it. Everything came out pretty good and fine, So I thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, comment, and share button. Tell all your friends and things like that. Grab you Investor Show cup to read those financial reports like a genius. And also go and pick up that Wesley Learns book series that's available, hardcover, paperback, Children's Financial Literacy. Make sure you pass it on to your kids. All right. But until the next video, podcast, cartoon, or whatever else crazy you see me doing around the globe, peace. Be safe. I'm out. Thank you. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon. Hit that like, comment, and share button.